Hey y'all, my name is Ashanti and welcome back to another video. Okay y'all, so today we're going to be talking about goals and dreams from my perspective, my experience, and 100% just based on my opinion. So if that's something that y'all want to see, then just stay tuned in. Okay y'all, so initially when I told myself that I wanted to film a video talking about goals and dreams, I was like, let me put together a little bullet point list. That way, you know, I can kind of navigate what topics I want to hit whenever I make the video. But y'all, as I was looking at different articles, and most of them said the same thing, not even gonna lie to you, I was like, I don't think I'm gonna have no bullet points for this video. I'm gonna just have to go off of what's on my heart, which I feel like is what I should be doing anyways. Sometimes I'll be feeling a little ADHD, like I can't gather my thoughts, but we gonna do it. I'm gonna just read y'all a little tidbit from the last article that I was looking at. They all basically said the same thing, just in different words. So it says, what's the difference between a goal and a dream? A lot of people confuse a dream and a goal. They seek to achieve a dream. However, dreams cannot be achieved. They can only be realized. You realize your dreams by creating goals around each one of your dreams and then pursue each goal by taking action. I do think that's a little bit of a contradictory statement. You just said that dreams can't be achieved, but you can create goals around the dream. If you're creating smaller goals to hit the bigger dream, then it's achievable. Or you wouldn't be setting goals to get to it. Because if you can't set a goal for something, then it's automatically unachievable because you don't have anything to work towards. But if you do, then there has to be something there whenever the goal is met. So I do feel like the main difference, in my opinion, for goals and dreams, I do think goals are more short term and there's something that we do more frequently. That's why you hear a lot about daily goals, weekly goals, monthly goals, short-term goals. And then I do think the more long-term goals or the bigger goals are what would be considered dreams. So ultimately, I feel like your dream kind of provides you with the vision on where you want to go. And then that's where you put your goals into place to get you towards that, get you to that, get you above and beyond. That's mainly why I disagree whenever I hear people say that that dreams can't be achieved or that they're not achievable, because if they're not, then why would you set goals based around that? I guess we could start with, if you don't have a dream, how can you create one? Just take out the time whenever you're by yourself, or if you're with somebody that you feel comfortable discussing these things with, just kind of relax, chill out, think about it for a few minutes. And some questions to ask yourself would be along the lines of, ideally, or in a dream world, if everything was to go my way and how I want it, what would my life look like? What kind of car would I drive? What kind of house would I live in? What would my family dynamics be like? Would I be working? Would I not be? Because I hate when people ask, what is your dream job? I don't think there's a single woman who dreams of labor. We just find something that we enjoy and we monetize it. We capitalize off of it. We get compensated for our time. But as far as a dream job, I don't think that exists. I would love to get paid just for blinking, for breathing, just existing. What would your hobbies be? What would you spend your free time doing? Is your time free 100% of the time? Can you navigate what your day-to-day life looks like without having to punch a clock? Those are just some of the bigger things to think about. Whenever you think about those things, start speaking on them. I think that's one of the biggest things with dreams and goals. Whenever you dream so big that you're like scared to speak on it, is either because you know that the people around you are going to pass off judgment because they know that they can't get off their ass and achieve their dreams on their own. They might try to pass those, insecurities off on you, telling you that you can't do it, or you're just uncomfortable with the idea of thinking big. And I mean, that's something that you kind of have to work your way into, like how people do with manifestations. A lot of people have to speak affirmations just to be able to think of bigger things for themselves in their life. It doesn't have to be for anything huge. One affirmation could literally be like, I think big, I dream big, I do big things. If you don't have a dream, that will be the first thing. Come up with it. If you have somebody around you who supports you and would push you and hold you accountable, that's somebody that you would want to share that with, not bitter Betty over here who has something negative to point out about everything that anybody else has going on because she can't get off her ass and do it herself. Y'all, am I supposed to be cussing? That would be the first thing I would say is come up with your dream, meditate on it. It can change. It's your dream. There's no right or wrong thing because it's your life. You know what you want in your life. Nobody else can tell you what's right or what's wrong for you. And I'll say that's the second thing. If it's your dream, don't let nobody try to shame you about feeling how you feel about what you want in your life, what you want to do in your life, what you want to be in your life. It's your life, not theirs. So I know with a lot of people, their biggest thing is navigating their way through life based on whether or not they have their parents' approval. And that's not productive to you and what you want to do, because if you're living for somebody else, you're not going to be happy at the end of the day, regardless of what kind of car you're driving, how much money you're making, because it's not what you actually wanted to do to begin with. You're doing it for somebody else. When you're living for you and you're doing things based off of what you want, it's completely different. You can enjoy it regardless of if it's a lower income job or if anybody thinks that you could do better or be better or have more. It's not about what they think, it's about what you want. And that's one thing I can definitely say with my mom. Y'all, I've been talking about this all week. I want to do something for my mom. I just want to do something for my mom because regardless of what I have done, regardless of what endeavors I've gotten into, my mom has supported me 110%. Never gotten any backlash. She's never tried to make me question my decisions. Literally with anything I've done, like multi-level marketing, my job at the apartment, now with going to school, I've heard a lot of people say that whenever they enrolled themselves into school for cosmetology or for aesthetics, that their family, their friends, their mom, their dad are telling them that they're stupid for doing that because that's not a profession that makes a lot of money. You could be going to school to be a nurse. My thing is, as a friend, parent, grandparent, cousin, whatever it is, if you're in somebody's life, why are you going to try to dump your negativity on them when you can clearly see that it's something that they're excited about, something that they're happy about? If anything, that's the point of time where you should be uplifting them to push them even further. I don't care who has anything to say about what I'm doing. If my mama support me, I don't care. Baby, I can conquer the world. And that's what I'm going to do if I want to, because my mama behind me 110%. So that's just something that I never really understood, was being unsupportive as a parent or whatever role you play in somebody's life. If that's something that they want to do, regardless of if you see it fit for them, it's not about you. And if you have anybody around you who's trying to make you feel any type of way about any decision that you're making, unless you're hurting, harming yourself or anybody else, get rid of them. Get rid of them. It could be your cousin, your mama, your daddy, your granny. You don't have to get rid of them. Just distance yourself from them. That's really what creates that isolation within people whenever they no longer want to speak out loud on their goals or let people know what they have going on, because that backlash, that negativity, it makes them almost hesitate, like, dang, am I doing the right thing? You should never let nobody do that to you. If you feel like it's something that you're going to enjoy and that's going to benefit you, do it. If what anybody else has to say, I don't care who it is. At the end of the day, nobody has to live your life but you. I said all that to say, if you're a big dreamer, get around other people with big dreams. You can't have big ideas around small-minded people, because they're going to try to shrink you down to fit into their view, their focal point. And if their focal point is like this and you have a dream that's like, they can't see all of this, so they're going to try to minimize you until you fit into what they see fit. That's what they see fit for themselves. They're only trying to bring you down and make you question your ability to conquer something because they know that they can't. They know they don't have the work ethic, the willpower, the drive, the motivation to get up and hit those daily goals to reach their dream. If you're one of the people who wants more out of life, you cannot surround yourself with people like that, because eventually it's going to start getting to you. No matter how many books you read, no matter how many podcasts you listen to, that can only get you so far whenever you have an opposing force in your life speaking negativity on you on a day-to-day basis. So we talked about dealing with the negative forces outside of you, i.e. negative people and their negative talk and trying to rain on your parade. But what if you are that person for yourself? What if you're giving yourself negative self-talk? One thing that can be put into place literally at any second, any minute, whether you're doing it out loud or in your head, is affirmations. Affirmations are always within your reach. It's something that it seems small, but over time, it can help build up your self-confidence. It can help propel you in so many ways. So if you are doing negative self-talk, firstly, you have to recognize that. You have to know whenever that's coming into play, and you just have to catch yourself, nip it in the butt right then and there. Replace that negative commentary with something positive. What's something, and it could literally be the smallest things. So I hear girls say all the time, like, oh my God, I'm so stupid. Like, that was so dumb. You can easily, like, and we know that they don't mean it in a negative way, but those things can start to fester regardless of if you mean it or not, just because that's what you're subconsciously putting into your mind. So instead of saying, oh my God, I'm so dumb, oh my goodness, that was so spontaneous to me, just replacing small words that have a negative connotation makes such a big difference. So if you struggle with setting goals and dreams for yourself because you're giving yourself negative self-talk, just start with one affirmation a day. I am worthy. Once you're more comfortable with looking at yourself in the mirror and saying those things, then you actually start to believe it. Just add more. I am worthy. I am respected. I am respectable. I have a magnetic personality. Wherever I go, the conversation flows. Everything is happening to me for the greater good. Everything I want is on the way. For myself personally, I struggled so badly with my attitude, and I felt like if there was nothing that was going to stop me in life, that would probably be it. So I just had to make my affirmations, you know, more geared and aimed specifically towards that. So I would tell myself, I have an attitude of gratitude. I possess a positive attitude. I'm grateful for everything that I have. I'm grateful for everything that's on the way. I'm grateful for the process. I'm grateful for the change. I'm grateful for all positive aspects in my life. I don't recognize negativity. I can definitely say that my attitude has progressed so much from where it was like adolescent, teenage years, preteen up to now. That's to be expected with teenage girls going through puberty and everything like that. But I don't feel like that was an excuse, and I feel like it went further. I feel like it went way beyond that, honestly. That's just something that I had to recognize within myself and start speaking against it. I'm not going to sit here and lie and say that I'm 100% positive all the time. I do catch myself sometimes having to check myself like, whoa, tone it back a little bit, rethink that thought. What's a better way to say that? What's a better way to handle that? And if the solution is not coming to me at the time, I have people that I can reach out to, like, am I tripping, or give me your perspective on this? And that's something that I will say I'm very grateful for, having people around me that can give me their perspective. But I know that everybody does not have that. Everybody doesn't have that person for them that's just accessible to them at every moment of the day. So that's something that I definitely don't take for granted. If you struggle with, possessing negativity within your thoughts and just the things in your life, start looking to healthy outlets, something that can, help you end your days on a more positive note. And when you start doing things daily, they become habits. But one thing that really helped me a lot was journaling, and that's something that my therapist actually recommended to me. Journaling just helps me control my mouth, because y'all, I'm not a person that's scared to stand down from anybody. If I have a thought, you're going to know. I'm going to say it. I'm going to make sure you know the way that I intended to come out to you. I'm going to make sure you know my intention behind what I'm saying, and I'm going to make sure that it comes out with the tone and the attitude that I want it to come out with. That's not always the healthiest thing. Sometimes people do be deserving it, but do they deserve your energy is the question. Journaling has definitely helped me a lot, because I still get out my thoughts and everything that I want to say, but it doesn't go out into the atmosphere, adding more negativity. When you can release those negative thoughts for your mind, it frees up space in your head for more positive things, working on, the new goals and habits that you want to put into place. Start journaling with that. I want XYZ. And it's just small things that you have to start adding and implementing into your daily life. And eventually, once these things become habitual for you, and you've had a little bit of a change in mindset or thought process, you won't have to do it as often, but it's still good to maintain those things from time to time, just to make sure that you don't fall back into that place. So I would definitely say have some type of outlet where you can release those negative thoughts and make more space in your mind for the positivity. Have some type of comfort that puts your mind into the place of where you want to be. I do have a lot of comfort channels that I like to watch depending on what kind of mood that I'm in. Something that I would definitely recommend is finding somebody who has similar obstacles to you, but who's overcoming those obstacles to make things happen for themselves. My biggest one, Raven Elise, Asia Marie, McKenna Walker. Each of those women have kids. They have successful YouTube channels. They have successful endeavors outside of YouTube. It's not so much the children that are the obstacles. It's the conflicting schedules. Somebody constantly needing your attention, needing XYZ for school. When it comes to kids, there's always something. So it's not necessarily the child that is the obstacle, but it's everything around them that it takes to maintain them and make sure that they're having a healthy day-to-day life, making sure that they have everything that they need to be able to overcome that obstacle and put something into place for yourself that is essentially serving you and your kids. That's a lot. That's not something that I take lightly. I do use them as like my comfort channels just whenever I'm having those tougher days and I need something to look forward to, because obviously their YouTube careers are a little bit further along. More things have come to fruition, but they have those same obstacles. So if like YouTube or TikTok is your thing, I would definitely say find somebody who you feel you can relate to, whether it's race, background, whether y'all share like same obstacles. I wouldn't say obstacles. What other word could I use? I do tend to gravitate more towards people who have like kids, because like I said, they're showing me that it can still be done. Everybody's path looks different, of course, but at the end of the day, they're still getting to their goals. So definitely find somebody similar to you, whether it's background, personality, or you just overall enjoy their content and it puts you in a more positive mood. Just kind of use that to look and see what's accessible to you in your life and what you can have if you just decide, honestly, because everything is just a decision. Now, I'm not saying to idolize anybody, but just be open to looking beyond your current circumstances and knowing that there's more to life regardless of what the obstacle is. Okay, y'all. So once y'all have implemented all of these things and you have a clear vision for what your dream is, what your dream life looks like, what you want your day-to-day life to be like, whether it's 5 years from now, 10 years from now, just sit down, think about what daily goals, like just start small. Think of what your daily goals can be, what daily habits you need to start implementing to get you there. When those daily habits become a habit and you no longer have to think about it, it's just second nature. Okay, start thinking weekly. What can I do? What can I do? Same thing. Continue on monthly, and then yearly, when you're looking back, like from the end of the year back to the beginning of the year, you've accomplished a lot, but it doesn't feel like you overworked yourself or that you were overwhelmed, because you worked up those habits to where it was just second nature to you. Everything came naturally. You weren't like scrambling trying to figure out how you were going to make everything work, because you already did the mental work to prepare yourself for that. I think the biggest thing is just surrounding yourself with like-minded people, regardless of if they want the same thing in life as you or not, as long as they have that same outlook on being able to, you know, achieve things, being able to be disciplined and do the mental work, do the physical work to get to whatever it is. I feel like that will be helpful, and I feel like that is more productive than being around somebody who is a negative Nancy or always has something demeaning to say about you or whatever it is that you're doing or whatever goal you're trying to hit. But yeah, y'all, when y'all see people saying that dreams cannot be achieved, don't listen. They just haven't achieved their dreams. They're deflecting their insecurities onto you because they know they didn't get up to do the work that needed to be done. They didn't do the mental work, the physical work, any work. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I hope I put something on y'all's heart. If not you specifically, or you know somebody around you who could use this message, go ahead and share it with them. And be that person for them. Be that person that uplifts them and lets them know that there's more to life than their current circumstances. Because there always is, y'all. I've had so many like circumstances and situations to where it literally seemed impossible, and within a day or two, by the end of that week, everything like just fell into place and worked out perfectly. So if nothing else, just make sure you keep your mental intact and please try to possess positive thoughts. I know it's hard, especially because there's so much going on these days, even outside of you and what you have going on, but don't let it affect you. I know it's not always that easy, but like I said, just dump that negative on some paper or whatever your positive and healthy outlet is, and just leave it at that. If it's beyond your control, don't even fester on it. Think about it for 5 minutes. Don't let it go no further. That's it. Okay, y'all, I'll see y'all in my next video. Y'all, I feel like for me not having no bullet points, I kind of did a little 1-2. Let me see what I'm gonna talk about next. I don't know, y'all gotta tune in though, because y'all see I'm getting more comfortable with just talking. I do think I'm a very well articulated person whenever I can write things down. Like if I was in my phone typing up a text message or in my notes typing something, I can organize my thoughts so well. But when it comes time to talk, I'll be like, I am a confident public speaker. When I open my mouth, knowledge flows, positivity flows, and the negativity don't go. But yeah, y'all, speak y'all affirmations, drink y'all water, and focus on y'all dreams and y'all goals. And I will see y'all in my next video. Bye.